Hello everyone, so today I'm going to share with you guys how we train for the different qualities of strength. Alright, so as you can see over here, strength itself, there can be different qualities from absolute strength all the way to muscular endurance. Alright, so the way to train, they are rather different if you look at two ends of the spectrum, but if you look at this line that I draw, basically from strength to hypertrophy to muscular endurance, it is actually a continuum. Alright, so what do I mean by that is basically let's say if you are building a hypertrophy work, that means trying to increase the size of your muscle. It's not just you're just gaining size in the muscle. You're also getting a little stronger. You're getting a little bit of endurance. Let's say we are building strength, absolute strength. That doesn't mean that my muscles won't get bigger. There is still a little bit of adaptation, but it won't be as much. So what I'm trying to say is that it is actually a continuum. All right. So basically, I'm sure most of you are familiar with muscular endurance work. Why so? Is because of your IPPT, your push-ups itself is more muscular endurance based, and also your HIIT classes, most of them, they are more muscular endurance based because you're dealing with high repetitions, little rest, feeling the burn, all these things are signs of muscular endurance training itself. All right. So I'll talk about this first. Most likely, muscular endurance work, they are actually low buffer, little rest. Low buffer meaning you're always hitting close to failure, getting little rest, and then go again, close to muscular failure. One, okay. They also help to generate loads of acidity, which is why you feel the burn all the time. It's because of all the lactic acid build up, the hydrogen ions build up in your muscles. All right, and usually for these cases, for muscular endurance training, we utilize lower skilled movements or highly proficient movements. Okay, so what do I mean by that is basically let's say if you are able to do say only 2 standard push-ups. All right, for lower skill movement, probably you will be using your knee push-ups or your modified push-ups as a way to build your muscular endurance. All right, why do I say highly proficient movement? Because for some the pull-ups might be a highly skilled movement, but for some it might be easy for them, so it's considered a highly proficient movement and they can wrap up with it. All right, so generally muscular endurance work, they are light in their load, light-ish. All right, and you can generate more reps with it. All right, so that's muscular endurance work. All right, we are aiming to actually endure through to perform more reps during a given amount of time. Whereas for strength, all right, absolute strength work itself is a little bit different. What we're trying to do is we're trying to increase the amount of load that we can lift. All right, so that is different. All right, why is it so? It's because muscular endurance work is usually more focused on the physiological aspect of things, which is the muscular aspect of things. Whereas for strength itself, it's not just physiological, it's not just about the muscle, but it's also about your nervous system. All right, so I give you an example. All right, so if you can see say a 80 kilo bodybuilder versus a 60 kilo power lifter. All right, maybe the power lifter, he can squat 60 kilos, squat 180. The bodybuilder 80 kilos probably can squat 160, which is still decent. But if you look at the body weight to strength ratio, the power lifter trumps. Why is it so? It's because the power lifter is trying to optimize the amount of load that he can lift given his certain weight class itself. So therefore he's training his nervous system to be more efficient in the movement so they can lift more. Whereas the bodybuilder, he don't need to be concerned so much about how much load he lifts. He just need to make sure that he is prepared for his meet. All right, bodybuilding meet. So it's very different. All right. For strength training itself, as I mentioned earlier, we are trying to get more efficient at the movement to lift more, given your size, your amount of lean mass that you have on you. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to create high buffer. That means we don't go anywhere near failure, unlike muscular endurance work. And we have extended rest in between. All right, so no acidity in the muscle. All right, this gives us a chance to work on heavier loads or more complex movements, especially in the area of calisthenics itself. All right, so the load will be heavy-ish. They'll be done for low reps. All right, per set itself. Okay, so why like this is because, as I mentioned earlier, high buffer actually helps to prevent us from getting into the acidic state. All right, so it prevents compensatory movement patterns. As I mentioned earlier, we are using the central nervous system. We're trying to build the groove, the efficient movement pattern. So if there is any form of acid in the muscle, all right, it will hinder the contractility, the ability of the muscles to contract. And therefore, sometimes it might create compensatory movement pattern, which is not what we want, because it will really defeat the purpose of grooving it as a skill. All right. So basically, that is why number 2 is also because we are looking at recovery of this energy system called the phosphocreatine system. It is a system which actually helps us to generate the most amount of energy, but only for 5 to 10 seconds. So basically, you need that system to recover as well, so that you can continue to lift the heavy loads. So this is why there is extended rest and high buffer. All right. I give you an example of a strength training that we usually do at Meta. So when we are trying to build up a strict press, all right, we will do a test first. All right. So maybe we found out your five rep maximum load is, say, with a 20 kilo belt they can press, correct? So we'll just groove with 4 sets of 2, for example. All right. First thing that you can see is 2 and 5. There is a very huge buffer. There's a buffer of 3 reps or 60%. 60% difference, all right, between what you're training and your maximum repetitions on that specific load itself. So this will give you a high buffer, all right, so that we won't get anywhere near failure, all right. So with that being said, we'll groove the pattern. We'll take a 2 minutes rest. In order to press 2 reps, probably takes you about max, I think, 10 seconds. We're getting 2 minutes rest. We're getting a very long rest. This gives our nervous system the chance to recover, and basically the PCR system to recover, so that we can perform the next set exactly the same. So we are grooving 8 exact perfect reps that will actually help us to build up our strength to lift heavier later on, right? So why not do 4-2-1-1? Isn't it still the same thing? Number wise they are the same, but they are actually very different, because let's say in the first set I do 4. 4 is very close to 5, which means there is almost no buffer. What will happen is my muscle will feel fatigued already. Alright? After 2 minutes rest, it may not be enough, because we have taxed it too much. We are pushing it very close to the limit. And when I do the set of 2, because I'm not fully recovered, I might be struggling, I might be demonstrating some form of compensatory movement pattern. My shoulders might come up first. And therefore although I'm still performing reps, but they are not good reps. They are not actually helping me to groove the right pattern itself. And that will hinder us from getting stronger, because our nervous system is not primed to practice it properly. So this is very important. Same thing for your one arm push-up. Same thing, let's say if you are able to find out your 5 max repetition at a given progression, we'll max only do 2 reps. Alright? So why so is because same thing, we want to groove the right movement pathway, activate the right muscle group, right sequence as well, so that when we apply on a heavier load, whatever that we've practiced, we can use it. Alright, that will allow us to lift heavier. Alright, so that is the whole idea for strength training. For muscular endurance work, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, I'll just give you an example, although I know many of you already know. 4 sets of, may say, 2/3 to 3/4 of 1 rep maximum, 1 minute push-up maximum. Alright, so let's say we are doing 60, probably it will be about 40 to 45 reps. 1 minute rest, that means it's most probably incomplete recovery. But what we want is really the lactic acid build-up. We want to learn how to buffer, alright? So that our body knows how to deal with the lactic acid, and when we do the test the next time, we will be able to inch out more reps on the push-ups itself. So there you have it, the different priorities of strength. I hope you guys have a better idea on how we build strength versus muscular endurance work, so that when we look at the program next time, what are some of the things that you need to look out for, and you can train more effectively in building these 2 strength qualities. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or WhatsApp me.